Many people spend their lives trying to align themselves with whatever appears successful. You know, they support the winning side, they follow popular opinions, they join powerful groups, and even attach their identity to outcomes they cannot control. The problem with this approach is that your sense of victory becomes dependent on circumstances. You know, our approach is to choose a team, a cause, a relationship, or even a path in which you can win, regardless of the final outcome. Most people define winning too narrowly. They believe winning means being associated with success, popularity, or triumph. But if your happiness depends entirely on whether your side wins, you have surrendered your peace to forces outside your control. A better strategy is to position yourself where growth, learning, integrity, and meaning are guaranteed regardless of the result. Imagine supporting a team because you value its principles, culture, effort, or the journey rather than simply its chances of victory. If they win, you celebrate the achievement. If they lose, you still gain because your commitment was never based solely on the outcome. You gained experience, lessons, relationships, discipline, perspective, or alignment with your values. You know, in this way, defeat loses much of its power over you because your definition of success extends beyond the scoreboard. This principle applies to careers, friendships, businesses, courses, and even personal goals. When your sense of value depends entirely on external victories, life becomes an emotional roller coaster. But when your sense of value is rooted in what you become, that is through the process, then every outcome contains something worth gaining. You know, psychologically, people often tie their identity to outcomes because victories provide validation. However, this creates emotional fragility. Every loss feels like a personal failure. Now, those who focus on values, growth, and contribution, they develop greater resilience. Their self-worth is not constantly fluctuating with circumstances. They remain stable because their success is measured by factors that can influence. Their success is measured by factors that can influence rather than outcomes they cannot fully control. This shift transforms disappointment into information rather than devastation. Spiritually, the idea reflects non-attachment. It is the ability to commit fully to a path without becoming enslaved by the result. You participate wholeheartedly while understanding that outcomes are not entirely yours to command. You know, the deeper victory is not always in winning the contest. It is in remaining aligned with your principles regardless of how the contest ends. In short, instead of chasing a winning team, choose a team in which you can win no matter what happens. This creates resilience by separating your worth from external outcomes. It cultivates non-attachment and inner stability. You know, when your victory is rooted in growth, integrity, and alignment, rather than results alone, both success and failure become allies. One brings celebration, the other brings wisdom. And neither has the power to diminish who you are. You know, my people, hail. Hail.